Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr.
Hel-
V, burnout.com. And today I have Ashton with me. And we have a mission in common because we both help people with burnout. Originally, I started out as a burnt out doctor myself, so I wanted to help physicians and nurses, but turns out the whole population can have burnout. So what is your clientele like, Ashton? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, my name's Ashton. I own a company called Glory to Glory Fitness. And I actually used to be really unhealthy myself. I was addicted to food, had a lot of different health conditions, was really overweight. And I ended up losing all that weight and getting healthy, and people just started asking me for help. And so I was like, sure, you can come work out with me. And eventually I started a business out of it and started helping people that were just like me. And after I graduated, I really just started a business around it because I love business and I love helping, people with their health, because health is so important. And so what I do now is I help business leaders avoid, feeling tired and burnt out so they can, actually do the things that they're called to do. They can actually have the impact that they want to have, because a lot of times our body and our, mindset behind that, it can get in the way. And so that's kind of a little bit about me and what I do now. So
Excellent. You said you finished your studies. What did you actually study?
Yeah, so I got a degree in healthy lifestyles coaching. So I'm a health coach, and then I got a minor in business.
Awesome. Yeah, I have like several coaching degrees, but not particularly that one. But then again, as a medical doctor, I kind of have knowledge about health. But then I had to learn coaching to learn the importance of mindset, because we were not taught that in medical school. And then I got some other, I've got another coaching certification, which is called Germany, which deals with emotional trauma, because that can also hold you back. Often people who are overweight carry quite a lot of trauma, especially in women, which is my experience, is abuse can cause people to eat to suppress the fear, anxiety of suppressing trauma. And that's why I love setting them free on an emotional level. And that is part of losing the weight, because then they don't need that protection layer of fat anymore. That is what I've experienced as a female myself. It might be completely different for male business owners. So what are the three things that you think, three tips that you can give the listeners from your perspective? What have you seen that works with your client?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I would say is, understanding that, the emotional stress from our work, from whatever we're doing, that can actually have a physical, impact on our body. Our body responds physically to some of those emotional and mental stressors. And so being able to have an outlet for that stress physically can actually be really helpful for, the regulation of your body and energy. And so I would say just find a way to relieve that stress, whether it's going for a run, rowing or working out or whatever that is. Just move so that your body can relieve some of that stress. So that's the first thing I would say. Really important. Our bodies were created to move. And so
I love that. I love that, because that's based on the principle of what animals in wildlife do when they get chased by a lion and they survive. They have a lot of stress hormones in their body, and what do? They shake it off. So that's so important what you brought up here, that exercise or just moving in any way you can move. It might be dancing, it might be, anything you're capable of in the physical condition you're in helps to release those stress hormones. That's excellent. I love that you brought that up. Okay, what's your second tip?
Yeah, I would say, you mentioned something earlier about this, but your mindset. You can do the right things for the wrong reasons, and long term it doesn't really help you out. And so a lot of people, what they do with health is they try to get healthy, they try to lose weight, they try to do whatever for the wrong reasons, and it doesn't help them long term. It actually hinders them long term. And so having the right mindset behind the choices that you're making, having the right relationship with food is just so important to make sure that your long-term health is not faltering in the long term, because sometimes people look really good up front, but you get 20 years down the road and it's like, what the heck happened to you? And so the mindset and the motivations behind things having that be others focused rather than just how I can appear. So that would be
I
number
find
2.
it very interesting. So what should be our ideal mindset towards food? What would be the ideal way of thinking about food?
Yeah, well, a lot of people focus on food and how it affects our appearance. Body image. It's amazing to me how just how many young people, and a lot of times it's women in high school. For my wife, for example, had an eating disorder in high school that she developed because she didn't have the right relationship with food. She didn't have the right motivations behind eating. And so being able to eat so that you can steward your body and put into your body. I like cars, and a lot of other business owners like cars. And so I like to think of it like a car. Putting into your car what you need to put into it, putting it in at the right times, changing your oil, putting the gas in it, filling up the fluids, all that stuff. You have to put the right things in it to get the right thing out of it. And if you don't, it's going to break down. It's not going to work. And so being able to enjoy food and have fun and be able to feast sometimes and celebrate, but also to have times where you're not doing that, and to make sure that it's not out of any selfish motivations. It's not just to appear in certain ways, but it's so that you can be able to have the impact that that you need to have. So that's what I'd say about food in a short.
That's really excellent, because you see food as energy, and then also I would like put in high quality oil in I've got an Audi A5. So I put in, high quality petrol, high quality oil, because I want my beautiful car to function, as well as possible. And that's the same as with food. So you choose high quality nutrients, right? You stay away from the fast food, which has no nutritional value much. And you eat food that's high on nutrients, that is high on minerals, vitamins, whatever. So like what I recommend to my clients is like eat rainbow food. Try and have a little bit of food from every color. But also, if you want to work out efficiently and you want to maintain your muscles, you need enough protein. If you want energy while you're working out, you will need to have some carbs in your system. That's something I learned the hard way, because I was on a keto diet for a long time. And yes, it helps with weight loss, but I was really not performing well in the gym, because it was like my body was like running on empty. I didn't have the energy to actually perform. And then I work with a personal trainer myself, and he kept on saying, just eat a banana before you come. And I said, what? Banana? Too many calories. Oh, carbs, no, I can't have it. Yeah. But then I tried it, and then I can do so much more. I can lift heavier weights. I can, do cardio a lot better. So yeah, I think it's great you brought that up, because I recently had an aha moment like that like, listen, if you want to perform, you need to put in the right nutrients at the right time. So that's why I eat like an hour before I exercise. I have something like a banana or something, and after exercising, have a protein shake too, so that it helps with the recuperation of my muscles. And so that's great value. Thank you for sharing that, because I'm sure a lot of people are not really thinking like that. Yeah, so exactly. Excellent. I love it. So what's your third tip?
Yeah, I would say, one of the biggest, I guess, mistakes and things that I see, leaders make that causes them to burn out is they don't make health a priority. And the real question to ask is, and a lot of people think that they do, but if you take a look at your schedule, just pull out your phone, look at your schedule for the week or for the past week that's all filled up, and just take a look at it and look at how much time you spend on certain things, because what you schedule and what is in your calendar, those are your priorities. And so I see a lot of people that, I'll wait until the perfect time to get healthy. I'll wait until this or that. And they end up procrastinating because they don't feel like it's this perfect moment, and that moment isn't ever going to happen. It's never going to be the perfect time, but it's all about that imperfect action. So I would say the last thing is not to procrastinate, and to learn how to fit a healthy lifestyle into your schedule right now with what you can do, because each season is going to be a little bit different, but there's not going to be a perfect season of like, I just have tons and tons of time, and we're always going to be busy. We're always going to be doing important things. We want to have an impact, but that's the biggest thing I would say is make sure you can fit it into your schedule and really take a look at that schedule and see what things you actually are prioritizing, because it might be different than what you think you are. So
absolutely. I so agree with you that people should prioritize self-care, I call it. So you just have to have a block, an hour a day or something that you say, this is what I do for me to stay healthy, whatever it is, whether it's yoga classes or going to the gym or going for a run. So many people feel guilty. So I talk a lot to mothers, and they have a job and then they care for their kids and they care for their family and they care for the house. Usually they have no time left to care for themselves, and that's what leads to parental burnout. So then I need to shake them and say, listen, if you are the captain of the ship, and usually the mother is, and you fall ill, your ship is just gonna run like into a rock somewhere and your family will suffer. So you need to make it a priority and stop feeling guilty for it. You need to prioritize yourself, your own well-being, and time to, like I also use I also say, like, you have to like fill up your petrol tank before you completely run on empty. And a lot of people, they just like never consider that they could actually prioritize themselves in their own life because they constantly care for others. So that's more what I see in my clients. So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying. These were 3 golden nuggets. Thank you so much for sharing that. And last question is, how can people contact you? Because there might be lots of people out there that need your help.
Yeah. So a couple of different ways. You can shoot me an email at ashton@glorytogloryfitness.com. You can go to our website, that is glorytogloryfitness.com. And then the other thing I was thinking about as well, I actually did a recent training for some of my clients about the 5 biggest mistakes that I see business leaders make that lead to burnout. So I would love to even just offer that for free. It's just a free training. It's a short video of me just kind of walking you through those mistakes and how to fix them and how to fix those mindsets. And so I'd love if they wanted to, take advantage of that. Usually it's for my clients, but I thought it might help, some of your people.
That is awesome. Make sure that I get the correct spelling of your details, and I'll put it under the video so people can contact you. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I do appreciate your time, and I'll keep you in mind because I'm trying to get a group of people together to do a burnout summit next year. So you would be welcome to join with your expertise in business leaders. So I'm really, really happy to have spoken to you, and have a very nice weekend.